Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome on the Culture News. My name is David SERERO, and I have the pleasure today to have over the phone a fantastic film director who has won many awards for her direction in cinematography and screenwriting. Her name is CAMEO Wood, and she's going to talk to us today about her fantastic upcoming film called Real Artists, which is a narrative thriller about artificial intelligence and the future of filmmaking. How are you, CAMEO, today?
I'm very well. Nice to speak to you, dear.
It's my pleasure to have you over the phone today. Thank you for taking some minutes out of your busy schedule, because I know now you are right finishing, like doing the post-production of this, what sounds really exciting, called Real Artists. So first of all, for the people who don't know you, would you be so kind to let us know and describe your career so far? Like, what brought you into filmmaking, and what have you done so far? I know it's a long question.
No, that's fine. So I have been producing for a while. I've produced a few films of the last few years, and 2 years ago I debuted my first short film, which was a documentary about the reindeer riders of northern Mongolia. And since that one has debuted, I have been working on my current film, Real Artists. So this will be my second film as a director, even though I do have about 10 producing credits as well. Wow,
congratulations. And also I want to say that your previous documentary film called Duka in Summer, how do you say?
Yeah, Duka in Summer.
Duka in Summer, yeah. It was premiered at the prestigious St. Louis Film Festival. So really congratulations, because it's a very good film festival. I wanted to ask you, where do you live? Like, where are you located?
I'm based in San Francisco, California.
Oh, wow. So a lot of very good filmmakers around there, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have Jennifer Fang, who just did Advantageous. That won the Audience Award last year. That's also a science fiction film made by a woman. So she's here. We have lots of, a lot of really great filmmakers out of San Francisco right now.
Wow, I believe you. And so tell us now about Real Artists, which is the name of this narrative thriller. Tell us, how did it come together? And also, what do you want to put in it? What we're going to have the pleasure to see in this great narrative thriller?
Sure. So a couple of years ago, I was about to get on a plane, and a friend of mine who worked at a bookstore told me to read this magazine by MIT's Technology Review, filled with short science fiction stories. And one of them was Real Artists by Ken Liu. And I thought it was great. And while I was still on the plane, I emailed Ken and asked if I could make a film out of it. And he said yes, and he was really excited. And then I started getting my production team together. And the very first person we contacted was Tamlyn Tomita. She had been in Karate Kid Part 2, and she's in Teen Wolf. She has a new TV show called Berlin Station.
Wow.
She had also been at Sundance for Picture Bride, so she was amazing. And so she wanted to be on the project right away. And so I worked on the film for a couple of years, doing pre-production, animatics, figuring out where we were going to actually shoot it. And so, and then the other actress came just before we started filming, and that's Tiffany Hines, and she's in Bones and Damien, and she's going to be in 24 Legacies starting in the spring on Fox. So anyways, I got this whole team together, and we decided to shoot on the film, and the film is now in post-production. So the film is basically about a young woman played by Tiffany Hines named Sophia, and she's interviewing at her dream job, which is an animation studio called Semaphore, similar to Pixar. And she's interviewing for her dream job to make the best films that the world has ever seen. And during the course of the interview, she finds out that films are not quite made as she had imagined. And so some of the themes involved in the film are artificial intelligence, memory erasing drugs, and what it means to be a real artist.
Wow, that's really, really inspiring, and that's amazing. And I'm so happy for you that you got these those big names, to join this film, because I know for a film director and for a producer how hard it is to bring those big names, because at the beginning the producer doesn't have millions to offer, so it's really the talent of the film director and the good story that is really putting it on the balance. So really, if those big guys they are putting the names on your movie, it means that they believe that it's going to be a great film. So really, first of all, congratulations for that, CAMEO. It's going to be, I'm pretty sure, a great film. So when do you think it will be done?
Well, it'll be done within the next month or so, but then we're going to try to premiere at a film festival in January. So we're waiting to hear back within about the next month to find out which film festival we'll be premiering at in 2017.
Well, I'm sure film festivals will be running after you because
well, that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. I'm sure they're going to be after you because you have an amazing career and you have won all those fantastic awards for the triple threes, right? The direction, the cinematography, and the screenwriting. So what is next for you? I know you're still on the Real Artist. You're still working on it. Mm-hmm. But what is next for you? What do you want? Because I know a talented director such as yourself always had one or two stories ahead.
Absolutely. Well, we have Ken and I have been working on a feature version of Real Artists that that we're starting to put together. And then I also have two other scripts that are ready to go, and we're beginning to attach people, and they're both science fiction, action-adventure movies. One takes place under the sea in a deep-sea research facility, and then the other one involves mermaids and people with wings. So we have some crazy ideas going on, lots of science fiction. So, yeah, we're looking forward to making more science fiction movies, starting with features next year.
Wow, that's really, really something that we'll definitely be looking to. And when the movie is done, Real Artists, please feel free to send us a little word, and we'll definitely talk about it because it sounds like really, really a great, 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 great film. And again, you have these fantastic actors like Tiffany Hines, Tamlin Tomita, and many other great names. So is there something else, my dear CAMEO, that you would like to add before we say goodbye to each other?
I think another thing that might be interesting to know for your audience is that our film is primarily the cast and crew was 75% women, and our cinematographer, producer, myself, we're all women, and we also had 50% of our cast and crew were, people of color. So one of the things that I'm really committed to is telling stories from underrepresented voices, and I'm really excited that we were able to execute on that, not only in front of the camera, but also behind it. So that's another really exciting aspect of our film.
That is so nice to hear. That is amazing. Yes, so yeah, and definitely, people, something that I started to hate more and more is when people say, when it's a man that talks about a movie and say, oh, and by the way, that film has been directed by a woman. And I'm like, what? Is it like a dog that's been directing a movie? So it's like so amazing. I mean, women are the equal of men, and they deserve the same pay. And actually, they see life totally differently and in a better way. And they are so hard worker and multitasking. So really, what you guys can do is absolutely phenomenal. So also, because in our audience we have a lot of people from the industry. So do you already have secured the distribution for that film?
Well, so we did our crowdfunding on Seed and Spark, and one of the benefits if you get 1,000 people to support your film there is you get distribution not only on their platform but also Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, and iTunes. So we definitely have VOD distribution. So, and then the next thing we're sort of looking for is a TV channel for distribution before that. So that's what we're currently looking for.
Oh, I'm sure you will be. What is the name of the website you mentioned?
Our website for our film.
No, the one that you use for crowdfunding.
Oh, Seed and Spark. Yeah, Seed and Spark.
Can you spell that, because I think that will be very inspiring for our audience. Yeah.
It's SEEDANDSPARK.
Okay, Seed and Spark. Okay, that's very, very that is very good, because on our show we have people, we have big producers, we have film directors also who are giving us a lot of advices, and they are giving a lot of tips. By example, yesterday I had an interview with a film director called Desmond Devenish, and he said, try to have as much as possible, if you can afford it, to have your editor with you on the set when you're doing a feature, because while you're filming, he's editing the cut of yesterday. And, and a lot of people responded to that to say, oh, that's a great idea. They use that. That's a great idea. So, we're always very, very interested to find out about all those things like Seed and Spark. So thank you so much, my dear CAMEO, for sharing this thing. So also, I want to say to our audience, and I will never repeat it enough, that to invest in a film, to invest in a short film is also the best way to support the arts, and also the best way perhaps to make also a very good profit, because, if I would have put $10,000 on Star Wars 30 years ago, I'm pretty sure now I could buy 2 houses now, So is there a way for someone who believes in your talent, which I'm sure the majority of us do, what is the process if I want to invest in your next film?
Well, that would mean that you become a producer. So producers are people who, especially executive producers, are people that bring either money or talent or connections. So, so if you want to get involved in film and you believe in a director that, you really want to support their vision, really just approach them and say, I want to become a producer.
Yeah, that's I think the best way. And we can definitely contact you on your great website, which is CAMEOWood.com. I spell it. It's CAMEOWOOD, CAMEO Wood. And you can reach her and you can follow her on her social media and watch her work. That's the best way to know how great an artist is to watch their work. So, my dear CAMEO, thank you so much for taking some time out of your post-production time of Real Artists, which is going to come out, I hope, soon. The sooner the better, but we know that you're a perfectionist and you want the best for it. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is David SERERO, and I had the pleasure to have today on the Culture News, which you can hear on the iTunes Radio, iTunes Podcast, and SoundCloud, our wonderful friend, fantastic film director, CAMEO Wood, who is releasing anytime soon Real Artists, which is a narrative thriller about artificial intelligence and the future of filmmaking. And she has also released many other things. You can check her out on the IMDb also for the people who know. And also her debut documentary film, Duca in Summer, which was premiered at the St. Louis Film Festival. My dear CAMEO, thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. It was great being on your show.
My pleasure. I talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.